Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome to today's video. For those of you who are new, this may be your first time seeing my face and you may not yet, keyword yet, be subscribed. Welcome, my name is Tyler with an O, and for those of you who are already my people, already part of the family, already my friends, already subscribed, okay, and are just joining me for another video, once again, welcome back, and come on, let's get into it, So, if you are new, then you probably missed, part one of the discussion. I'm gonna try to link that video somewhere up here, or somewhere, I think it's over here, I think it's up here, so that you can click on it and watch, part two of my opinion about the whole Iyanla, what is it, season 9 episode 2, and the lie detector says that episode, yeah, that. By the way, if my eyebrows look a little different today, there is good reason, and go ahead and subscribe and stay tuned because that's gonna be the video going up, most likely the video after this one. So we watched the episode of Iyanla where she had the 3 daughters up there and then the mom and the dad or whatever, and the mom basically lied on the pappy and said that he had, raped his daughters. So yeah, that's what the first part of the discussion was about, and we could not wait for these lie detector results because they took the lie detector test or whatever to see, who was lying or who was telling the truth or what really went down, okay? We got the results, and baby, they just went ahead and started the episode with the answers or whatever, with the results. So they were sitting there, and then Iyanla told them, she was just like, okay, so, we got the lie detector results. Mom, they asked you, have you ever, for the event that happened with the daughters and the man, did you lie or embellish or exaggerate any part of that story or whatever? And she was being deceitful. Basically, she was lying. Hell yeah, she was lying about it or whatever. And one thing that I like and that Iyanla kept expressing, because the lady was just like, oh, man, this is, what, are you serious? Seriously? And Iyanla's like, listen, mama, you asked me for the lie detector test, okay? You wanted to come on the show. Y'all wanted to take the test. Take the test. Pause. If you know where that reference is from, please comment it down below because you will be my best friend, because I say it in videos and I feel like nobody knows what I'm talking about, so it's probably not, like, you probably don't get the reference. But anyways, play. So they took the test, and you asked for the test. All I'm doing is sharing with you the results, mama. Like, these are not altered, these are not doctored. I have no incentive to go either direction falsely. This is just how the answers went. You lying. But it was kind of like disturbing to me at how like in denial the mom was being, because at the end of the day, like, you lied. Like, what story that you fabricated in your mind. Like, so why are you sitting there acting surprised? I understand you're trying to save face and you embarrassed, quite frankly. You don't want to look like a liar. However, you lied. So stop, the jig is up, bitch. Like, okay, pull the mask off and you just admit your fault and let's work on moving on. But even throughout that, like, they had even more questions that they asked her, whatever. Have you ever said this to your daughter? Have you ever told this to your daughter? And she says, oh, well, I mean, I might have said something like that. Or I said, I wonder if, he's the daddy and the granddaddy. Or I don't think I said. And it's just like, no. And Iyanla had to keep checking her, like, girl, tell the truth. Stop lying. Like, you guys are literally here for healing and to get all this out on the table and to like come to a resolve and have the conversation, and you're still lying. And it just bothered me at how like detached to the situation she was. Literally, this was all her fault, and she just sat there as if she was like some third party, as if she was just on the outside watching. Like, no, this is your problem that you need to be taking care of. Granted, yeah, Iyanla is doing it, but you're not even helping her do it. Like, do you want this to be fixed with your family or not? Like, again, the jig is up. The cat's out the bag. They know you're a fucking liar, so what do you have to say for yourself? And then she just sit there and try to justify it. She had put her and the man next face to face, and she's like, what do you have to say to him or whatever? And she was like, I'm glad he didn't do it, and like, I apologize for accusing you of raping the girls or whatever. This part I loved because, and again, I said this in the last video, Iyanla is nothing new to always taking, I'm not going to say taking the side, but I feel like in a lot of the episodes, she does low-key show favoritism to the women's side of things. And I mean, it's understandable because she's a woman and she relates to a lot of the issues and stuff that they're going through and everything like that. Like, I get it. But That was probably the best part of the whole episode, when Iyanla turned to him, when she said, please forgive me, you know, for accusing you of this, that, and the fourth. And Iyanla turned to him and said, you don't have to forgive her. Just because I'm telling her to apologize, and just because she's saying, please forgive me, you don't have to say, I forgive you, if you don't forgive her. Like, you know, let's not forget, like, this is some real ass shit. Like, this is a real apology for some real stuff that really happened. So if you don't forgive her in your heart, don't fake the punk and do it for TV. If you don't forgive the bitch, then you don't gotta forgive her. And like, I really like that. And this whole time I was just feeling for this man. Like, I felt so bad because that man was hurt. And this has drove a wedge, especially like, these people ain't young, okay? It's not like, you know, these are teenagers or anything like that. Like, these are all adults. They have lived a majority of their lives with this lingering lie that has separated them, has painted him out to be the villain and some monster for his own children. And he probably did feel some sort of relief or something, you know, finally hearing and finally having it said in front of his daughters that he's innocent and that, you know, this whole thing was a lie. But at the same time, like, how could you be happy? All the time that you don't waste it, all the time that has lost, all the relationships that have been broken and everything due to this. Not to mention all the other people that you probably went and told, you know, everybody down to the church house and to the school and everything. The daughters probably, you know, went around telling all her dates and husbands, boyfriends, girlfriends, everybody like, oh yeah, I don't have a relationship with my dad because he raped me when I was 3. You know, like, this man's reputation and everything. Like, you ruined his life. You ruined his life being fucking bitter. And that's the shit, like, I just have no respect for her. She deserves to feel what he felt, emotionally and socially. She needs to see what it's like to be, you know, judged and excommunicated from your family, from your children. The whole time I just really wanted to jump through the screen and like just shake her, like, girl, do you understand that this is all your fault? Iyanla had asked him something to the effect of like, you know, how does it feel knowing that your daughters now know that you're innocent or whatever? And he straight up said, he was just like, I always felt that they knew I was innocent. They know that I didn't do that to them or whatever. And it's just annoying that that's just something that he just had to accept all these years. Like, he had to just live knowing that their mom fed them this lie, that they are quite possibly believing this lie, and that he don't have a relationship with them because of a lie, and there's nothing that he can say or do about it. Oh my God, and that was the other part that made me want to, oh, she made me just want to kick her in her kneecap. The mom had said to the dad, Monzel or whatever, she was just like, well, why didn't you fight harder for them? If you knew that you didn't do it, why didn't you fight harder? And Iyanla had that, she's like, excuse me, what was he supposed to say? What could he have said to you to make you believe that he didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, but that was some bullshit. Like, well, why didn't you fight harder if you knew that? That's the whole point. He shouldn't have to fight. There should be no fight in the first place. He shouldn't have to defend himself from something that he's not or did not do. That is the worst position to be in. Like, to already have the cards stacked against you and to now have to fight to prove that you're not something, to fight to defend yourself against accusations of something that you've never done in the first place, to clear your name when it shouldn't have been dragged through the mud in the first place. Like, that shit was so frustrating. Like, I just hate everything about her mentality. I hated everything about her little attitude and her position on all of this. Like, she just acted real, like, oblivious and third party. And honestly, I think it's a comfort thing. She knows she got them girls up under her arm, under her wing, under her thumb, and they ain't going nowhere. And honestly, I feel like they need to punish her. And then there's people who are like, you know, life's too short to be holding grudges, and that's their mom, and, you know, she can die tomorrow, and if they would have, you know, held a grudge or had ill feelings towards her. And I understand that's the point of Iyanla, is to fix things. But at the same time, I just feel like there wasn't enough discussion towards the mom, like basically saying like, do you see what you've done? Do you see that you are responsible for everything that has gone down? The hate that I have towards my little sister, the feeling of disconnect that I have with you, with my sisters, them with their parent, with their father, is because of you. Sit in that. Like, I just wanted Iyanla to go tell her, now go take your old ass in the corner and you think about what you've done. There was no point in that where they just really let her sit and fester and reflect and just sulk in the magnitude of what she's done and the trouble and drama and hardship and pain and separation that she's caused in this family. I can't. That just really, honestly, I felt bad because of how numb he was to it. Like, you know, it was like when everything was revealed, no, he didn't have a feeling of relief. There was no tears of happiness and, okay, like, now I can have my daughters back and all this other stuff. Like, no. After all these years, you have ripped this man's heart out of his chest, basically, with this lie. And now he's just numb to the bullshit. And so now, yeah, you're clearing it up. And this is what, 25 years later type shit? And so it's just like, I can't even be happy if I wanted to about it. Because now I'm upset at all the time that has been wasted and all the lies that have been told. Like, no, fuck you. And that's what he said. And honestly, he is a good man. She was like, please forgive me. He said, ask God to forgive you. And that was just a classy response. Because he could have called her everything but a child of God. You know, he could have raised his voice. He could have got upset. But he just looked at her. He said, ask God to forgive you. Because I don't accept your apology. And he's right. It's not sincere. One, you're apologizing because you got caught. You're apologizing because Iyanla told you to. And it's just like, at the end of the day, you're not sorry. And you're apologizing for spreading a lie. But you're not apologizing. You've yet to apologize for like, everything that I said. All the pain. All the separation. All the broken relationships. All the everything that you've ruined about this man's life. You've yet to apologize for that. So it's just like, fuck the lie. At this point, you need to, like, you got a lot more, I don't know. I don't care. I'm not letting my foot down off of grandma's neck because she's out of line. That was disgusting. That was out of line. And I do not forgive her. I do not forgive her. And she needs to, I don't know, she need to pray. She needs some repentance or something, but honestly, that I just quit fucking with her. She cannot be trusted. And that's the other thing, like, when they were like, when Iyanla was like, okay, basically, like, you know, explain yourself. So, like, why did you do this? Why did you lie? And she was like I said, there was one opinion. And daughter was like, no. Because the police, the sheriff's department told you, and the nurse told you, the hospital, everybody told you that it was popsicle drippings. Hell, I told you when you asked me what happened that day, that me and the little girl was sitting in the back of the truck and she was eating a popsicle. The popsicle that dripped on me and got in my pants, in my panties, whatever the case might be. They told you what it was. So I don't want to hear that excuse. And she's like, okay, well, also, you know, she was standing at the toilet and screaming, shouting, hollering, didn't want to go pee because they said she had a yeast infection. Okay. Pause. Now, when they told you that there was something wrong with me and you thought that dad was raping me or whatever, you didn't whisk me away to no hospital and make sure that I was okay. But then you want to sit there and say, like, when you suspected him of doing anything to her, you went ahead and rushed her to the hospital. So, like, why didn't you care about me that way? So it's just like everything coming out of her mouth was such bullshit. And I was just, that's just annoying. Like, we're in this process for a reason. These are your children. These are your family. Like, this is some real shit. So if there's any time to tell the truth, bitch, it's now while it's all out on the table. I was just over her. But I mean, the episode was good as hell. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, this probably was one of my favorite little episodes and resolutions on Iyanla. A lot of people give her a lot of shit saying that, like, you know, Iyanla don't fix people's families and fix people's lives. She just create more turmoil and more chaos and everything like that. And I'm not gonna lie, I have seen some episodes where I'm like, well, damn, I feel like they might be a little bit worse off than they came in the bitch. But this episode, I do feel like they were better. I do feel like, you know, Iyanla went the extra mile to not only clean up, like she said, she was cleaning up the, what'd she say? Cleaning up the poison or the wound or something that she kept addressing, saying like, okay, you know, yeah, there's the beef between you and Monzel because you told this lie on him. Now you gotta clean up that. And also, while you're at it, clean up the disconnect between him and his daughter. And also clean up the disconnect between you and your daughter that you abandoned and you didn't want and you made her feel left out and neglected. And also clean up the mess between her and her sister because you liked her better. And all. Like, Iyanla, she made sure all the bases were covered in this. She was like, oh no, this family is going to be fixed if it's the last thing I do. But yeah, y'all, you know how I do. I just wanted to come in and get my base down and follow up on this good little conversation that we was having last video. Let me know what y'all think, because some of y'all might have some different opinions. If you do, I would damn sure like to hear it. But if you agree, I want to hear that too. Comment down below. You know how we do. Let's get into it. Go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And more importantly, go ahead and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any more of this TylorWithAnO goodness. And I will catch you all on my next video. Peace. After setting spray, your face everything just like melts together and it looks so good. Oh yes. Oh yes. Who is she? Y'all, I'm not leaving my face like this. Like, I know I gotta do lips and everything, but that's why you need to subscribe, because you gonna miss the makeup look that goes with this base. Yeah, I'm tired of honestly, I'm tired of telling you. We had this discussion already. Subscribe to my channel, or click one of these videos, or do both.